You are now tuned in to Eclectic AI Weekly with your hosts Heath Nielsen and Zach Spencer, brought to you by Eclectic Gentlemen.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Eclectic AI Weekly. It's Zac and Heath. We're just two dudes, right? That's
just
all we
two
are.
Dudes.
Yep. We love ourselves some tech. We love some AI. So yeah, we're pumped to be here today.
Trying to be your source for what regular dudes our age are doing with AI.
There is a lot to do with AI, and there is also a lot to do in the world of Eclectic Gentlemen. You can find us on YouTube, X, Instagram, wherever you grab your podcasts. What's your podcast of choice?
I love the Overcast app.
Well, we just so happen to be on Overcast.
All right.
So anywhere you need to grab your podcast, we are on that. You can find the link below. Everything's down in the description here. And you would be doing us a huge favor if you liked and subscribed. You will help us with our goal of doubling our subscribership by September 1st. Right?
Yeah, I think that's a doable considering our current subscribership.
Yeah, doubling it is not going to be that tough, but it's a big help. So thank you. Today, what are we talking about? We're talking about AI. Can it shop smarter than Heath at Trader Joe's? Because I've seen this man go to work at Trader Joe's, and he is pretty impressive. We are also going to talk about something called the BUYRAPP that's going to help him shop at Trader Joe's. We're going to talk about Comet browser and the privacy concerns with it. And yeah, Heath, did you have Grok 3 write your shopping list this week? Or Grok 4, rather?
I did not, but I'm looking forward to using this BUYRAPP. Right now it's only in beta.
Only in beta. So yeah, we'll dig into that. And don't forget, we'll get the results of the Eclectic AI Weekly poll from last time and the new Eclectic AI Weekly poll from this time. But before we do any of that, we like to jump in to each episode with what did AI do for us this week? So what did it do?
Oh, I used it a lot. Geez, what didn't I do with it? I use it all day at work. I use it to research everything. Like we've been saying, I'll text you asking you a question, and they're like, "Hey, have you tried that AI tool?"
Yes, yes.
So that's going to be my standard answer. I think is like, I don't really do much straight up web searching anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I just use the answer that comes up with the AI. I still use Google, but I don't really search through the pages that it offers anymore. I just look at the answer there, and then I try to narrow it down to what I'm searching for.
I heard Gary Vee yelling at somebody on the Tea with Gary Vee episode this week because he said there's no more excuse for, I didn't know. Well, hey, why don't you do this? I didn't know how to do that. That's why I didn't do it. That is no longer a valid excuse because you can type anything into one of these machines and it can tell you step by step exactly what to do. Whether it's start a yard sale at your house, I think that's what we were talking about. The guy was like, well, I don't know how to do a yard sale. Ask freaking ChatGPT. Ask Grok. Whatever.
I think he makes a very good point. I like Gary Vee. And I think that's very true. I even have been saying that at work. Like, hey, I use the work AI, and I go in there and ask it questions, and it usually gives me some, like, weird answer, and I realize that I go back and look at the prompt, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't have any context to what the hell I'm talking about. So you just got to be a little bit more verbose in your prompts.
You got to learn how to prompt. There's
Right.
a way to do it.
Right. It's kind of like learning how to search the internet, right?
Yep, you got to know. It finally happened. ChatGPT got $20 from me this week because I really wanted to play around with a couple different GPTs I saw. And the image generation. The image generation is so good, and I kept getting so far and hitting the paywall. It is really good putting text into images. It'll no misspellings, nothing goofy. It'll do exactly what you need. And then I also developed a new workflow for myself. We recently jumped on, and we've been using Notion a lot, and we don't really know how to use Notion. So
not at all.
I have opened up Grok on my phone, so I keep my phone next to my desktop, and I just use Grok Voice to. What do you got going on over there, man?
I've misplaced the Apple TV remote because I wanted to pull up an example of what you're talking about. And I cannot find it for the life of me.
You want to pull up an example of what?
Of one of the pieces of text that you create, images that you created with text in it.
Yep, we'll dig into that. I got my buddy Carr Holmes. He's going to come on the show one of these times. He helped me a lot with how to generate these comic panels.
I'm excited about that.
Amazing looking stuff.
That's going to look cool.
Amazing looking stuff. So there's a whole GPT in ChatGPT that builds the comic book for you. It asks me the characters, the story arc, the panels.
He helped you build a quasi-agent, right? For comic book panels.
Well, that's what the GPT accomplishes that. So you use that GPT and it's already the agent.
Mm-hmm.
So it does. It just asks you questions and then you move right along. So yeah, we're using every week. We're using artificial intelligence for a numerous group of different things, learning something every week, spending the time learning. And if you are learning, please share your AI stories with us on X. You can go to hashtag Eclectic AI Weekly and tell us what cool things you're doing. Tell us what cool things you think we might need to check out. Diving in to one of the main things when I said, hey, Heath, what do you want to talk about this week? You wanted to talk about AI agents. So what's a task that you'd hand off to an AI agent? How would an agent make your life easier?
Well, the BUYRAPP is a really good example of that, where he's basically created this app where if it doesn't exist in the database on the BUYRAPP, you basically take a picture of the barcode and a picture of the ingredients of the item, and it puts it into the database. So you can imagine their database is going to grow exponentially because all the users can just do this. And once it's in there, nobody else has to put that item into the database. So he's made an agent, apparently, in the background that just goes out and does a research. And by research, I mean it tells you who the parent company is. So Dave's Bread is a really good example. You would think, oh, Dave's Bread, it's made by Dave. No, it's not. I forget the company because it's on the BUYRAPP that I don't have yet, but I'm looking forward to. And they talk about this so that you're buying products from actual family-owned companies that might have ingredients that are, better for you. It takes the obfuscation away from buying good foods for yourself.
So you're very into transparency with what you're eating, and you want to know exactly what it is and exactly where it comes from, right? And that
I don't want to be fooled by a brand name. Brands are great, but it's getting harder and harder to trust them because these big corporations are going out and finding these brands that are getting popular, and they're giving these guys a big price tag to exit. Oh, well, hell, I can retire. Sure. But, it leaves the rest of us kind of like at their mercy.
It empowers conscious shopping. And it takes that AI and it blends it with the crowdsourced data. And it's all about transparency on these brands. But you can't get it now, right? You're on the wait list?
Not yet. I'm not actually on the wait list. I thought we were, one of the things we talked about was signing up for the wait list while we're on this. Sign up for the beta. Let's take a look at that.
So yeah, you can scan any barcode and get details about that product instantly. It reveals, like you said, the owners of the brand. There are some spotlights where you can scan the item and it talks to you about who the founder is and what's important to them. And it runs in the background. It runs in the background on your phone. Yeah. It's just, the more people using it, I guess the better. I think a lot of people will be excited about that.
I just signed up.
There you go.
We will have a link available when you watch this. It's going to be available both on Apple and the Google Play Store. For you people out there that are using Android. What does it say about our mission? We're not here to tell you what to think, just to make sure you've got the facts to decide for yourself. When you're informed, your choices become a reflection of your own values, not someone else's agenda. Ian Carroll.
It's like an AI detective.
He's a
for
buyer,
your shopping cart.
Buyer without an E, so it's our partner. So it looks cool. I'm excited about it.
It looks cool. You'll have to give us a review once you start actually using it. We can check back in with you.
And they got a great webpage too. We'll have a link to the whole thing, so everybody can sign up for the beta.
So yeah, when see, I was struggling about whether the BUYRAPP's a true agent or not, and I was trying to fit both of these topics into the podcast today. So, you know, the true...
I think the definition of agent has yet to be really described. So that's a good question. I might be making an assumption that isn't 100% true. So
the agents are more like autonomous sidekicks. Think of them like that. And you can say, hey, I got all the guys coming over for dinner tonight. This is what they like to eat. One of them is, keto or whatever. Get groceries for me.
That's a really good example. In 2020, when I was really delving into keto and losing a lot of weight and getting healthy, everything has keto on it. It's this big thing out there like, oh, this is keto friendly. And you go and you look at the carbs on it and you're like, this is not even close to being keto friendly.
Yeah. It's like putting a gluten-free sticker on an apple. It's gluten-free.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know what the hell gluten is.
But yeah, these true agents that are among us and coming, you're just going to be able to say that, and then that thing is going to go shop for you. It's going to order it for you. It's going to get it sent to your house for you, and it just shows up.
Now that's a real agent.
That's a real agent. You're letting the agent do the work for you.
Hey, I need a flight to Seattle on, 3 days before Thanksgiving. So go out there and check that out for me and give me 3 different options.
Yep.
I prefer nonstop.
And find a good place.
And I want to return on this date or something like that.
Yeah.
And it goes out and finds the best deal for you.
Find me places to eat out there while I'm there. And it's just going to build you a whole itinerary of, hey, this is where you're going to dinner Friday night. I rented a car for you. You're letting the agent do all the work. I love it.
Even using Jason Calacanis is he's constantly, what does he call himself? Nostradamus, short a play on Nostradamus.
Yeah.
His prediction is that people will have an agent that does all of this stuff for them that's tied to their own credit card, and it just makes these reservations for them.
Well, yeah, you just throwing your credit card in there does raise a little bit of concern, right? A little bit of
AI. The part of our podcast, the reason we have it is because this is all very exciting and also very, very concerning.
Right. So we've got...
Ignorance is no excuse.
It is no excuse. And there's a bit of a debate going on right now with what's starting to come out are browsers with AI built into it. So the Dia browser, ChatGPT is supposed to be releasing one
nice segue.
Sometime in the next couple of years. Thank you.
I love it.
And the big one that seems to be the hot topic right now is Comet. And Comet is brought to us by the folks who made Perplexity. And this is a browser with AI built in. I'm excited to try it. You're a little more reluctant, right? You've heard some stuff regarding the...
Well, I'm all about trying it too, because you've convinced me that I need to know more about it.
Right.
And a big part of what we're here to talk about is you have to understand what you're doing. So a lot of the times you got to use it before you can decide for yourself.
However, right, you're going to be using it, but Perplexity's CEO, he said recently in TechCrunch that the Comet browser is going to track everything that users do online, inside and outside of the app. And it's doing that on purpose to build a detailed profile for hyper-personalized advertising. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with the idea that they're going to be tracking everything I do. So let's say if I was going to go and use our Notion while I'm in that browser, do I want them knowing everything I'm typing into Notion? I do not.
You do not, right.
I do not.
Right.
I don't want them... First of all, I think it's important to tell everybody that what we consider advertising nowadays is actually propaganda. And it's used to convince people of stuff. So it's nice to know about things. It's great to have information, fed to you, but it's often with an agenda. And that is my problem with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, distractions off of the chart.
Well, Perplexity
Do
is...
I want one more random email because of something I searched about? No, I do not.
Perplexity is really open about it. The CEO, I know I'm going to butcher his name, Aravind Srinivas.
I couldn't have done that better.
I'm butchering that, I'm sure. I don't know, I might be getting it right. But he believes that the users of Comet will accept this. I mean, he called it surveillance on everything they do. They're going to accept that in exchange for ads that actually matter to them.
I think the thing that is going to drive a lot of adoption of AI is going to be. I understand that Google has been extremely good at, and so has Apple. This is free. This app is free. This is free. This is free.
Right.
That's never true. You're the product. If something's free, and Gary Vee talks about this all of the time, if it's free, you're the product. And I think AI is going to get rid of that, because I don't think that monetizing technology in the future is going to be advertiser-based.
Monetizing technology is not going to be advertiser-based?
Technology in the future, I don't think monetizing it through advertising, which is what Facebook does and Google does right now. I think AI is going to become super, super cheap. I don't think they're going to be able to get anywhere near $20 for an image generator, because somebody else out there is going to create an image generator and they're going to give it out there free. And and you're going to see competition come into place where they don't even have, where you need to be tracked by the advertising in order to use it. Because people are going to start pushing back again. AI is dangerous. You don't want it to know everything about you unless it's your own agent. And by your own agent, I mean like local to your device and not available to be sold to whoever.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
people put all sorts of stuff. Like I was talking to a friend of mine today, and he took all sorts of information about his medical past and everything, and he put it into ChatGPT. And all I could think of while he was talking is like, dude, I don't know if you want to do that.
He put what into ChatGPT?
He put all of his medical data because he was trying to figure out what was wrong with him, why his health he's having problems with his health here and there and stuff like that. And it was giving him information, and that's what AI is for. But the whole privacy thing, I think, is going to be massively accelerated. People, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. You can't ignore it, and you got to be careful at the same time.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, it's tempting though to put in all your medical info, all your deeply personal info, but if that information, even if you had a personalized,
And you can't just go delete
AI,
the chat.
that would fall into the wrong hands. Everybody know everything about you.
You can't just go delete the chat afterward and go, okay, I'm okay. That they keep those records.
Yeah.
They're building their AI on these conversations. You are the product, even though you're paying for it.
This guy had penis enlargement surgery in 2013.
Who?
I don't know. That's what it would be able to say.
You got me.
Yeah. My ex-wife's father had that. He would pump it up. But his body rejected it, so he was in the hospital, size of a volleyball and black. It was awful. It was one of the scariest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that is an advertisement for don't fuck with your most what was it? It reminds me of that song Detachable Penis.
Detachable penis. King Missile. All right. Well, hey, there you go. I mean, I'm sure we're going to be talking a lot more in the future. We're going to be talking about the privacy debates. But right now, it's time to talk about the Eclectic AI Weekly poll.
I can't hear it, man.
I can't hear it again. The Eclectic AI Weekly poll. All right. So, do you know?
Nice segue again. Detachable penises to talking about a poll.
Do you know how many people answered last week's Eclectic AI Weekly poll?
No, how many?
It looks like we had 3 votes again. Maybe it was my mom again? No, I don't think it was.
Somebody out there likes us.
Last week's Eclectic AI Weekly poll. It's topical based on what we talked about today. Will AI browsers like Perplexity's Comet and Dia succeed as the future of web browsing? And we had 2 votes for yes, AI browsers rule. And we had 1 vote for agents will replace them. Oh, I'm a dumbass. That's the Eclectic Weekly poll for 2 weeks ago. I thought that sounded familiar. The actual weekly poll question
Can you look it up live?
was, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. AI wearables. Which AI wearable device has the biggest chance of succeeding? Our topics were the B wristband, the Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses, the Humane AI pin, or none of the above. And we had 1 vote. It's still live for 1 day, so you can still jump in there and vote. But we had 1 vote for the Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses.
Guess who did that?
That was me.
Well, what are the options again?
The B wristband, which we talked about on last week's episode in depth, that Amazon bought. The Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses, the Humane pin, the Humane AI pin, or none of the above.
I'm pretty sure I voted on the Meta one. I have to go look.
I thought that was my vote, but it could be your vote. Maybe I'm the one who forgot to vote. Anyway, the Eclectic AI Weekly poll for this week. Tune into our X page and check it out. Answer the poll. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. But the poll is hosted strictly on X. And this week's Eclectic AI Weekly poll is going to be surrounding privacy and Comet and just how much you trust it with your data. Oh, dead air.
Well, that's why we still edit these. I'm trying to find that. I gotta find that.
While he tries to find that, I'm going to recap you a little bit. What did we talk about today? We talked about Buyer, the hybrid approach, Comet's agentic prowess, and privacy debates. Next week, we're going to talk all about Grok, how you're using it. We're going to do a deep dive into XAI's AI. So,
well, we're launching a new format. All Grok all the time.
Yeah, we're going to talk all about Grok on the next episode. I was thinking about calling it Grok Talk.
Yes, I think that's a great idea.
Because
we don't have enough to do.
We don't have enough to do. We don't have enough to do. All right, so that's it. I'm going to play the outro song again. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, do your thing. Eclectic AI Weekly. We need a good sign-off. We need a good,
I've never been good at impromptu.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Till next time.
Till next time. TNT.